I'm very excited. This is a massive fight for me. My 40th fight. Been as a professional boxer for a very, very long time, and has to be one of the biggest fights of my career. Winning world titles is one thing. Going to America was my dream to fight over there, and I did that. But this fight means a lot to me, my career, and that's one of the reasons I had to go back to the drawing board, change my whole training camp, and that's when I joined Team Bomac and Team Crawford. I went all the way to Omaha, Nebraska, and I just needed that motivation and that push. And I thought the only people who can do that for me is this team, and went back to the drawing board. And I think, knowing that this is going to be one of the biggest fights in Britain gives you that extra push as well, that motivation. And being on Sky Sports, where everyone gets the opportunity to watch the fight, is going to be massive and amazing. I mean, I'm just worried about few things. I'm worried about Kell's health after the beating I'm going to be giving him come this fight night. I mean, look, I think the beating he's going to get is something that he's never had before, and all the talking he's been doing as well. We are gonna definitely put him in his place, because it's been a very long time. I mean, like 10 years it's been going on for. So this is my time now to put him in his place. And one thing I want to say as well, another thing, I think Kell's always been very obsessed with my career. He's been like a fanboy, which is the honest truth. And I've been living in his head for such a long time that I think it's going to come a stage where he's going to say, he needs to stop paying me some rent. You know what I'm saying? So but it's been like that. But we just need to go in there, like I said, put all the words to aside. I think we've done enough talking. I just can't wait to get in the ring and do a job on him now.
But Amir, what's fueled the fire?
I think
for you?
You know what? I think it's more jealousy than anything. I mean, look, I've been on my own, having my own career. I've been fighting. I've been traveling to America. My dream was always to, win a world title, and also then fighting the likes of MSG, Madison Square Garden, fight at the MGM Arena, fight in Vegas, have your face lit up on the Vegas Strip. Obviously, Kell was over here. That's the reason the fight didn't happen them days, because I was already campaigning in America. I think now, as it's got to this stage where we thought, it makes sense having it. A lot of people might be saying it's too late, but now I think it's been massive. I mean, the outcome of this has been huge, and I think it's going to be. I think it's the right time the fight's happening.
And what happens if you lose? Would you ever live with that?
I mean, look, both of us. I mean, we both. This is it's a big thing for us both. I mean, if either of us lose, it's going to be something we're not going to be living with. We can't live with for a very long time. I mean, it's going to haunt us for a very long time as well. So I think, look, I'm not going to put that in my mind. That's the reason I trained so hard, and I've not left no stone unturned. I've done everything I've needed to, because I know that, I can't lose this fight.
Kell, let's bring you in. He says it's jealousy. He says the fanboy, you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this fight. There's an obsession. There's something in you that has got to get rid of Amir Khan, and it's been burning for so long, hasn't it?
Yeah, listen, he's known, it goes back from the amateur days. He boxed at 60 kilograms, I was 63.5. He used to win championship at the weight below, I used to win at the one above. Then we went to England team, we shared, the same room. I know exactly what word, and then obviously he did what he did in the Olympics, got a good sign-on fee, and we was with the same promoter, Frank Warren. We always got promised that we would fight down the line. But like he said in many interviews, like, who is Kell Brook? He said that he didn't even know who I was. There's things like this, and he's never given me that respect. And he knows.
When you shared a room together.
We've shared a room together. We've shared a room. We do an article in the boxing news when we're 18-year-old. Obviously we were going to be built and.
That doesn't sound right.
Don't
laugh. Listen, I ain't sharing a room with you. Trust me, I ain't sharing no room with you. I ain't sharing a room with you. Don't be saying that. That doesn't sound right, Kell. Especially with the stuff I've heard.
What have you heard?
I'm not going to go into that. Listen, we'll be fighting on Saturday, so don't be saying. You should have said instead. You should have said share a ring with him or something. But sharing the room.
You sure want some gay sites wanking yourself off?
Oh yeah, guys. Kell, come on.
Anyway.
So listen, the talk is nearly over. Listen, the fight's here now. You know, I don't like Amir, you don't like me. You're going to see an epic fight Saturday night.
What do you take with the fact that he says he's going to give you a beating that you almost that you won't recover from? And of course, for the loser, it is a very, very lonely place to be Sunday morning.
Well, listen, we're three sleeps away. We're 3 sleeps away. He's definitely going to sleep Saturday night. You know, when I smash him in. So listen, we're days away. We're days away. And nobody's going to be interested. He can say what he's saying today.
And
he can say what he's saying today.
No,
but listen, after Saturday, no one's going to be interested. You can go to Dubai and just carry on doing what you're doing.
That's your prediction.
That's the end of it.
But you know, when I ask one question, obviously we got everyone here. You know, I saw a video where you said that you're going to smash that papadum chin in. You said that, didn't you? I mean, it's quite racial, that is. I mean,
so
you saying that.
What are you trying to get?
I mean, it's quite sad.
What line are you trying to do?
It's very sad saying that because at the end of the day, you know.
So what are you trying to say? I'm racist.
Guys, let's stop the fight.
I mean, the way that you said that was really sad.
Cal, come on.
Come on.
Let's talk the fight.
Adam, can I just ask why he said that?
Let's talk the fight.
Why
Come
did he
on,
say it?
Cal.
You know, everyone knows they're very fragile, like your chin.
Cal, you've been away, Fuerteventura. You put everything into this camp. Is it the best, Dominic was saying to me the other day, probably the best camp since Sean Porter? Is it the best you've felt? The weight, we know, the 149, a slight issue here. How are you feeling in yourself compared to all the other great nights you've had?
Well, he made a mistake. You know, 7 months we've been talking about, about this fight. You know, Amir's team, my team. You know, I've been training because I knew that it was going to come off. You know, he got agreed, and then he come back to the table and wanted to change the contract again. You know, I seen in the gloves are off that it says that I'm half broken. It seems to me that in his mind that he's only took this fight because he thinks I'm half broken, but he's made a massive mistake. He's made a massive mistake in this fight, a massive mistake, because you're going to see, you know, like we've been away in Fuerteventura for 6 weeks. We've been living, we've been doing absolutely everything possible to be in the best possible shape for Saturday night, and the world's going to see, you know, me go in there and destroy him.
And you'll destroy him, and you believe you'll destroy Kel, Amir?
100%. I mean, look, the hard work has been done, and we've done what we needed to. We've trained very hard for this fight, and I'm sure he has as well. And you know, come fight night, the best man will win.
Let's bring the two dads in right now. Let's go down to Terry.
Oh, my dad didn't come because I used to. Oh, yeah, you make your blood. He sneaked up.
He's been in this business a long time. I saw him coming, don't worry. Terry, let's start with you. Obviously, an incredibly close connection with Kell for many, many years. You believed in him. You've always said to all of us that the best Kell Brook, the right Kell Brook, is almost unbeatable. He's in the shape of his life. How confident are you and the family that this will be the defining night for Kell Brook?
I'm actually very confident in this fight. You know what it is with Kell. He needs a fight that he can really get his teeth into. You know, in the past, it's Kell's career. It's gone up, it's gone down. All the main fighters have avoided him. You know, he's never really got the chance of fighting the big names because they all know he's dangerous, and me and you were dangerous from a very young age, and obviously that's why we believe obviously he's sidestepped us and that sort of thing all the way along the line, and it's got to a stage where I've lost it. It's got to a stage obviously where between them, like Kell says, back to amateur days, Kell winning gold medal in 4 Nations, and me and went on and won silver medal. We were with first promoter. I believe we got sidelined. What we got promised is what we never got. And obviously the big fighters, we got promised them from Manny Pacquiao, on and on and on, and they never materialised. So Kell in between, unless you put something in front of Kell, then that he can get his teeth in for, then he's half-hearted, because you've seen him. He's been in love with boxing, then he ain't been in love with boxing. And it's all due to not getting in there and getting the names in. But this is one fight that, has always haunted us for years and years and years. Like I say, every week Kell goes, when you're fighting Amir, when you're fighting Amir. Well, all I know is that it's here, the fight's here today, and it's literally 2 days away. I can't even believe myself that it's happening, and I've still got to see him get through ropes. That's how much I've believed that it's happening, and the only thing I can do, I can obviously thank Sky for being behind it, thank, Ben Shellon, a boxer for putting it together, thank everybody, involved with it, and it's happening.
Thanks, Terry. It's haunted the Brook family. Shah, has it haunted your family?
Not really, to be honest with you. But like Terry just saying then, I mean, Kell all needed something there to fight for. I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? Because, in other words, all the big fights he's had, they meant nothing to him. So, I mean, he reckons this is the biggest fight for him. Yeah, of course it is the biggest fight for him. Amir's ready. I'm sure Kelly's ready as well. You know, but come fight night, all the preparations will be behind. All the work's has been done in the gyms, you know. And it's pointless talking about anything now. All the hard works are done. Amir's ready for him no matter what Kell brings. Amir reminds me of him when he first turned pro. This is how much committed he was for this fight, you know. Because there was no distractions. The camp was brilliant. I think Bomac did a great job with him, keeping everybody away from the training camp. Just Amir and his trainers. Nobody else was in there. Even I wasn't there. You know, so I think that was a great thing, you know. So he concentrated, he's ready, and he's willing, you know. Come fight night, you will see fireworks, definitely fireworks. And you'll see who will be burning.
You know him better than anyone, pretty much, Shah, and what do you feel as a family? You say that he's gone away, he's in the best shape of his life, almost like when he was turning pro. So it's got to mean something very deep for you guys. 100%.
I mean, every fight's a big thing for us, you know what I mean? But this particular fight, the preparation was incredible for him, you know. And what it means to us, it means everything to us. Every fight means everything to us, you know. Because we're behind him 100%, whatever he does. Whoever he fights, you know, we're always there for him. And he always wanted this fight. It was unfortunate, you know, both guys wanted the fight. It was behind the scenes, what was negotiations, what made this fight, you know, delayed to where it is today. But it's happening. It's happened. It's going to happen now. Come Saturday night, we'll see everything.
Let's get straight to Bomac alongside you, Brian McIntyre. Great words from Shah, everybody saying that you and Amir have got this fantastic relationship now. Terence Crawford, of course, alongside him. Has the camp been as incredible as Amir's saying? And what about this new relationship you've got with him? Because obviously at the other end of the table, there's a huge history, but this is a new one.
Well, I will tell you this, camp was fun, most important thing. He pushed it, he grinded it out, and he didn't complain not one time. We went through 4 or 5, maybe 6 sparring partners. I tried to push him to, so I could hear him say I quit, and he never said it. He just kept going, and me and the team was proud of him. And as far as the relationship goes, it's like a father-son relationship in there. I'm not taking no shit. I don't want to hear no shit. Just get the fucking work done.
So what's your language, Bomac? Thank you. We got that point. We got that point. Excuse for the language, but that's fantastic. Bomac, what I want to know is as well, obviously you've trained Terence Crawford and he's the pound-for-pound king, and it's fantastic to have him here this week. But of course, your man beat Amir. Thinking back to when Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall and he took Manny Stewart to sort of rebuild him. Why did you take on Amir Khan? Did you see something even in the fight against Terence that made you think, you know, I want to work with this guy?
Well, one thing I was convinced of that he wanted it more than Kell did, because Kell only went 3 rounds. So Amir, he came in there trying to fight. So what I did was, when I sat down with the team, and we decided we was going to take Amir on, all we needed to do was sharpen the iron, sharpen the tools, because he was a threat. And he's going to be definitely a threat come Saturday night.
What sort of performance are you predicting from Amir, and how does it end?
I'm going to tell you like I tell everybody else. We train for 12 rounds, but if the stoppage is there, we're going to go for it.
Down to Dominic Ingle, who has known Kell forever. You're back together. You've said to me about the Sean Porter camp and how pleased you are with Kell, that he's done absolutely everything this time around. But we all know it's not just the physical preparation, it's the mental one as well. He's wanted this fight, I'm sure you have, for a long, long time.
Yeah, it's the fight, you know, we've been waiting for. To be honest, I'm surprised that Amir's actually took the fight and his team have took the fight, because in the position where he's in, he's a bit of a celebrity, he's a bit of a superstar. It's not probably a fight he needed to do, because it's not really going to benefit him apart from the money. If he wins this fight, he's got more to lose than he has to gain. And I'll tell you now, if I were in his position as his father, I'd say, why do you need to take this fight? We can't actually believe that Khan's turning up for this fight, that he agreed to this fight. because, you know, we needed the fight, Kell needed the fight, Khan didn't need the fight. So he's got everything to lose and really nothing to gain because people expect him to beat Kell Brook anyway. The only thing what's kind of, you know, thrown a fly in the ointment is that the bookers are with Kell, and that's going to like affect all the people, all his friends. Kell said, you know, get a bet on me. The odds aren't very good to bet on Kell to win because he's a favourite. So, you know, I wouldn't have took the fight if I was Khan. It's not really something he needed to do. And to be honest as well, I expected a bit more from Brian, a bit more verbal because he's a good talker. I thought his press conference would be a bit more lively, you know, because he likes to shout off a little bit. He knows everything about Kell Brook. So it will be interesting if he actually does know about Kell Brook. I think all he knows about Kell Brook is what he's seen against Crawford. And, you know, wasn't much different. It wasn't much different to what Khan did. But the thing is, Khan took away out. He said he got hit in the balls and that was it. Done. He didn't want to get the final knockout. So, you know, we're going to see on Saturday night, the talking's going to be over. It's going to come down to the physicalities of it all. You know, Khan is a very good talker. I love listening to him. I love it. I love it. But on the night, there's not going to be any talking. It's just going to be down to who wins, who punches the hardest, who's got something left. And I believe Kell's got more in the tank and more left than Amir Khan. That's what this fight is down to. Who's got more in the tank? And it's down to me as a trainer, you know, to believe that Kell's got what he's got left. It doesn't matter to Bone Mike whether Khan wins or not because he's still got Terence. He's still got that paycheck coming in every fight. Khan's just a bit of filling in time, that's all it is. He's a brave man taking on Amir Khan, that's all I'll say.
Tom.
Yes, Amir.
I mean, we want to ask
yes,
you a question.
Amir, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
What did the sweat taste like?
Do you know what? It tasted fantastic.
Did it? And listen, I heard that tonight you're going to drink his piss.
What's going on there? Come on. Amir, you know what?
Come on.
You know what? As a boxer,
I love it,
as a boxer,
dirty.
as a
That's
boxer,
dirty.
as a boxer. Listen, as a boxer.
That's dirty,
you've
though.
got
Come
to
on, you don't do that,
admire-
man.
You've got to admire what
Yeah,
you
but you don't drink someone's sweat.
I
would never drink my own sweat.
Listen, there's lots of things we shouldn't do, as you know.
Yeah, but
right.
come on, you don't
I'm
do
actually surprised that we haven't got a big thing on here. Sponsored by Kleenex. Do you understand? Do you know what I mean? I haven't got that, but you know, it's like anything else.
I got a question. I got a question.
Sometimes we regret the things we do.
I got a question.
Don't we? Go on.
I got a question.
Go on, Brian.
You said
Go for it, Brian.
You said you know, why I take the fight. It's all about the paycheck. Let me ask you a question. You know how much Kell got left in the tank, don't you? That's why you didn't come over and fight us in America. Because you knew he wasn't gonna do anything in that fight.
Do you know what?
So let me say something to you.
Yeah.
There's the train of thought, the training, whatever the case gotta be.
Sorry,
it ain't
repeat
gonna
that again.
fucking
Sorry,
change.
what-
It's
what?
not gonna change.
Sorry,
You know how much he got left in that tank, don't you?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's for the paycheck for you.
No,
you know it
listen,
is.
I've had plenty
Because
of-
he has nothing. You know that.
I've had a lot of.
No,
paycheck.
Kelly don't have nothing left in that tank.
You reckon?
You know that.
You know
Y'all
that.
just going
Yeah?
through the motions.
Yeah.
Y'all going through the motions.
You think?
He hasn't fought since Crawford.
Okay.
What's he doing now? What he been doing? Walking the streets and partying, being in the limelight and all that?
Brian,
he ain't
Brian.
gonna do shit.
Who did
He ain't gonna do shit.
Who did Amir fight
I promise
after?
you that. Now you woke me up. You woke me up now because you're
Now he's come alive.
Go on press conference.
He's come alive. Come on, Brian, keep going.
Please.
Come on, keep going. But not too much.
He
Not
ain't
too
gonna do
much.
shit.
I want to see you getting in that ring on Saturday night. Not killing over, yeah?
What?
Keep shouting.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Go on. You done?
He ain't gonna
Have
do
you done?
shit. What?
Have you done right? Okay then. The reason I didn't train him for Crawford is it wasn't enough time to get him into.
Oh,
the
now
deep
you want to
competition.
explain?
That's
You
it.
should explain that
That's
shit
it.
when
That's it.
when he went over there.
Keep shouting. Keep shouting. Is that it? You done? Yeah?
I'm done when I say I'm done.
Good, good. You
I'm
done?
done when I'm saying I'm
Right,
done.
have you finished? Can I talk now, yeah? Yeah? Okay. We both
Now
know-
every time you talk, I don't want to hear that shit. Shut up. Shut up.
Can I talk now? You finished?
You pissed me off. He don't do shit. He shot. He shot.
Listen.
He
Brian-
good for three. He good for 4 rounds. Now I'm gonna keep it real.
Brian-
He's good for 4 rounds. It's gonna be a tight ass fight for the first couple of rounds. But after that, he gonna start dwindling away. Watch.
Somebody check his blood pressure.
He know that. You know that. Your whole camp know that.
You know that.
Right. It's you the one come for the paycheck.
So, we've got Brian, who's training him here. Former boxer, very good. He had a good knockout ratio, 63%. Unfortunately, it was him getting knocked out, and that's probably why it's going to work with him and Khan, because he can probably talk Khan away through them knockdowns that he had.
So what that got to do with them two
Exactly,
fights?
it's got nothing
What
to
that got to do with them two fights? Now you want to try to attack me?
Calm down.
You want to attack me?
Calm down. I couldn't attack you.
Alright, them tactics ain't gonna work,
I
partner.
couldn't attack you.
It ain't gonna
I
work.
couldn't attack you.
Them two gotta fight, not me and you.
Exactly.
He gotta fight
So
me.
why are you doing the talking?
Kell ain't gotta fight you.
Why are you doing the talking? It's not you
That
fighting.
shit ain't gonna
Calm
work.
down.
It's not gonna
You're not
work,
going to make
man.
that ring on Saturday night. You're not. You're not. We're going to need 2 sets of paramedics.
Okay. Okay, Dom, Brian.
Yeah, one for you.
No, not for me. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Let's get
I'm
back to the fighters. Amir, you are the underdog in this fight. How do you feel about that?
I mean, time will tell come Saturday. Yeah, I mean, quite surprised by it, but yeah, I mean, look, we've done all the hard work, and there's no point talking about it now and just putting the work to it. I mean, if you guys want to make money, guys, good time to make money then. You know, put your bets on me, because yeah, quite surprised about it, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's cool.
You've heard the two trainers speak.
Yeah.
Time for you to talk to Kell, maybe one final time. What are you going to say to him? We've seen the gloves are off. We've seen you on the ringside set together so many times over the years. What do you want to say to Kell now, just before the weigh-in and the fight night?
I hope he's ready, you know, and we're going to give the fans in Manchester an amazing fight. I mean, it's been long overdue, this fight has, and we all to tune in and check this fight on Sky. It's going to be a massive one, and like I say, you know we don't like each other, and it's going to be fireworks come fight night. Thank you.
Kell?
I didn't think the day would come, like Don said, but we're days away. I'm just so happy our training's gone. I'm just excited. It's going to be an adventure, all this, you know, seeing everyone come out, seeing all the fans. The fans are going to get to see this fight, what I've wanted to give them for years. So I'm just excited. I'm excited to put on a show Saturday night.
You want to look at him? Do you want to give a final prediction? Tell him what's going to happen?
He's going to get beat. He's going to get beat.
You're going to get knocked out.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, won't we?
We're going to get a knockout, either way.
We're going to get a knockout, and he's going on his face or his back, one or two.
Amir, by knockout, definitely?
Definitely, I'm going to hurt him. And I'm going to hit him, and then he's going to be put in his place. Yeah, definitely. Going to shut him up for good. Somebody's going to remember for a very, very long time.
We're all going to remember it for a very, very long time. Saturday night can't come quickly enough. The fighters will face off. But before that, just want to get a couple of questions from down there. I think Craig Slater from Sky's got one. Craig, are you around?
Yeah, I think Victor Loughlin is the referee for the fight. Will the fight itself be easier to referee than the press conference? Is that fair? Despite all the ugliness between you, is it a good clash of styles?
We'll have to wait and see. I think it's going to be a war on my side. I'm coming for battle.
The feeling from Kell's camp, from what I can see, is that they believe he was always a better fighter, and that's why Amir's avoided him his whole career. And I think they feel like he's got nothing left. And I think in Kell's team, they think that he's made a really big mistake here. He's had a long time to train. The weight has been no problem, and yeah, we're going to see on Saturday night. But I know from the Brook side, they've been waiting for this moment for a long, long time, and in their eyes, this is a ticking bomb, and it's ready to go off.
Ben Ransom with a question, I think, somewhere.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. To both fighters, if I can, there's been a lot of talk about the...
Gentlemen, there's been a lot of talk about the billing for this fight. Kell Brook, we're finally going to get to see it. To both men, is it a double A side, or is it an A side and a B side? Amir first, maybe?
I think Kell knows who the A side is. You know, he admitted that behind the ropes, or what it's called.
Gloves are off.
Gloves are off, yeah. So I think he knows who the A side is. But come find out, look, forget the A side or B side. I mean, then we're just going to be in there, and the best man who wins will be the A side at the end of it.
Yeah, the A side's irrelevant now. We're gonna see Saturday night who the better fighter is. The world watching boxing is gonna see me and Khan square off. So tune in.
Jeff, you got a question. Jeff Powell from the Mail.
Afternoon, gentlemen. The grudge we all know about. We've listened to the insults, but here are two fine professional boxers. can you express any respect for each other?
Well, you know, I did stick my hand out to shake his hand after the gloves are off. And what happened was...
Too many punches.
Yeah. And then obviously when I stuck my hand out, you don't want to shake hands. But come fight night, I don't think he'll be able to shake my hand. The beating he's going to get, it'll be impossible. He will not shake my hand because the beating I'll give him, I don't think he'll have the energy to do that.
Listen, I've always acknowledged his achievements in boxing. The respect with anyone gets in good overseas, win a world title, or always becomes a world champion. The respect's there, but you know he's never given me that same respect. and I'm not going to give you an handshake when I'm training to punch you in the face. I don't want to get friendly with you and shake your hand. I'll shake your hand after the fight. If you stand and give the fans a good fight, I will give you. But if you just go out and get chinned, then I don't think I'll probably shake your hand then.
Gareth A. Davis.
A question for both Amir and Kell, different questions. Amir, it began as business for you, and now you say it's personal. Does that change your mentality coming into this fight? Has it helped you in any way? And to Kell, obviously there's a lot of talk about your weight always and coming in at 149 pounds. Is it an issue for you tomorrow, and do you care about coming over the weight? And if you do, you'll just pay the fine to Amir first?
I mean, look, whenever we fight, I mean, we come trained, we come ready. I mean, look, this has been talked about for a very long time, this fight. I'm not going into this fight in a way because I hate him, or I'm just going to go in there to give him a boxing lesson to show him that I've always been the better fighter. You know, there's always been talks of, you know, walk down the streets, people say, oh, you should take the Kell Brook fight. Even this was probably, the talk started probably even before he was a world champion, because it would have made a good domestic fight. But I think now it's come to a stage where we've both been world champion, we've both achieved the highest level of this in the sport of boxing. Why not make this fight happen? We're similar ages, so that's when I decided to go and make it happen. And I'm the one who sent my team to Kell's team to say, listen, can we make this fight happen, and let's make it happen. So that's what it was.
Dave, Wally, either of you got...
And the weight,
The weight, you know, I just believe that, you know, with the gloves are off, that he's saying that I'm half broken. So in my mind, I think that he's waited till this time thinking that I'm half broken in his mind. He knows that I struggle to make them welterweight limits, so I think that he's obviously wanted to come down as much as he can. Even though that we're both 35-year-old, we're not 18 or 19-year-old anymore. He's boxed Canelo and higher weight, I boxed Golovkin higher weight. We're both older. It should have been more of a natural weight, but he's obviously wanting everything he can, you know, to put me in a position where I'm at a disadvantage. But I'm gonna make them demands. I might even come in overweight tomorrow. I might even come overweight. We'll wait and see. But the bottom line is we're going to be face off, and we're going to see who the top dog is.
Thank you.
A question for both, really. The fact that this is such a big grudge match, does that help in terms of giving you energy, or is there a danger of perhaps losing focus and deviating from the game plan?
No, not really. I mean, I think we're old enough now. At 35, you know, you're old enough to stick to the game plan and be smart in there. See, when I was a little bit younger, maybe that would have affected me. But as I've got older now, a little bit more wiser, it's more smarter, and you're going to stick to the game plan a little bit more. But yeah, you know, but there comes times in fights where you might see red and you might say, I'm gonna go for the kill. So yeah, I mean, but to be honest with you, I'm wiser now at this age and experienced enough to not to make mistakes and not to go off the game plan.
I think he's just learned to be slept. You know, I've never been knocked out in my career. I've never been knocked spark out. He has. So I think that's what he's learned in his time.
Thank you, guys. One more question I've got for both of you. Obviously, the pair of you have been fantastic fighters the last couple of decades for us and been in some of the most exciting fights. How exciting a matchup do you think we're going to get on Saturday for the fans?
We're definitely going to get fireworks. I'm not going to be standing back. I'm going to be giving it my all the training I've done, being away from my family, my kids, my wife and everyone is because obviously I want to stay focused on and I want to train. I mean, so I'm ready for this fight. You know, I've given it my all. Them sacrifices, you know, and hard sparring sessions we've had. Days in the, I used to wake up some mornings and couldn't even get out of bed. Used to be that broken and that tired. But I kept pushing because I really need to win this fight. This is a fight I'm gonna definitely win, and I know I put my work and hard work into it. So I'm gonna make sure that I come through it with flying colours.
Styles make fights. That's the curiosity. How dramatic will it be?
Styles do make fights. This is a wicked fight. You know, Styles has got speed. I've got the power, the accuracy, the movement. We both want this fight more than ever. You know, so you know the fans are in for an unbelievable treat Saturday night. You know, I've been away from my family over Christmas, over New Year. You know, so I've put the work in also. You know, and I've put myself through it because it means so much for me. You know, this fight's been talked about for many years, and now we're days away, and you're gonna see the condition, and you're gonna see the hard work I put in. I'm ready for a 12 hard round. You know, so whatever he brings, I'll have an answer for, and I'm ready to just put a show on for the fans now.
You ready, Ben?
I am ready. I think, look, the emotion's so high. We're in for something special in Manchester. It's a story that has literally gripped the nation, and I think it's going to come down to who keeps their head. The emotion's going to be so charged on Saturday night. They both come with huge followings from Sheffield and from Bolton, and I think, yeah, it's going to come down to who can keep their head. Who can keep to their game plan, and apart from that, I can't see anything in it.
Great. When's tomorrow fight night? We cannot wait for on Saturday. So there'll be a face-to-face with the pair of them.